There is a bad practice in real estate in Uganda that I felt I should really talk about so that those that deal in land and houses can work on it, and also the customers can also help improve the culture of real estate. And that is selling properties with unprocessed land titles. Every day I get calls. I think I get about 50 to 100 phone calls about real estate. Some want to sell land, some want to buy. But the majority are people that have problems and they need advice or help. And many times it is always about unprocessed land titles. Buyers go to real estate companies and they say, pay for this land, the title is under process. When you finish paying, you'll get the title. Somebody finishes paying 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and the title is not there. You know, some of these estate companies, what they do, they deposit on land, a big chunk of land. They want 10 acres, 5 acres, it is in billions. They deposit little money, like 50 million, 100 million. Then the owner allows them to demarcate plots and they start selling them with the arrangement that they are going to be paying the owner of the land. So the plan is always that when many people buy plots, they pay the landowner, then they process the titles, and then they give the titles. But sometimes, out of greed, people pay for plots, and then the money is not used to pay the landowner. Those are some of the cases that you've been seeing with some of the big companies in real estate which are collapsing because of greed. Personally, I prefer not advertising land until the titles are ready. A ready land title means I am selling land and the title is available for that piece of land. If I am selling one plot, the title is for that one plot, not for 1 acre. Because if it is 1 acre, it means there is need to cut that plot, subdivision. That's a long process which can take a month or 2. So before I market, I have to make sure the land titles are ready. In fact, when you come to pay, you should be able to look at the title, check it, verify it, and then pay and walk away with your title, the transfer form, and everything needed to transfer that title to your name. That is what we mean by a ready title. So people who sell land, what do you mean by processing the title? That is like an excuse that is given whenever the title is not there. And sometimes they can tell you, we are processing the land title, when in actual sense, the person on the title died. And that means you have to go through the process of letters of administration. I made a video which is pinned on this account about that. Avoid buying land that has administrator issues. If somebody died, let the person rest. Let the family first sort the title issues, remove the title from the name of the dead to the administrators, and then from the administrators to the real beneficiaries, the ones that inherited that land, and then you can buy it. Buy a ready land title. There are also those that want to save some money, so they buy land, they get the land title, but they don't transfer it to their names. So they keep transfer forms and the land title and the photo and national ID of the seller. So you come and buy from them. That is a third party. I made a video about transferring titles. Please look for it and watch it. So this person just keeps the land title, the transfer forms that are signed by the one on the title, the passport photo, and also the national ID of the registered proprietor, the one on the title, and wants to sell like that. Now that is a bit dangerous. Many people do it, but it is a practice that I don't like. And personally, I avoid buying such land except when I know the one on the title. If you bought from my friend or my business partner and I know the person, then it's okay to buy from you without transferring because I can directly deal with the other person. But where you don't know the person totally, now that means you're dealing with a third party. You're going to reach the lands ministry, then they tell you the photo looks different. Or the signatures on the transfer form when he was buying and now when he's selling are slightly different. Bring the person. Now, if you did not buy from the other person, it means you're going to engage a third party. He can tell you, I want 2 million shillings. Without it, I will not come because I did not sell to you. I sold to somebody and I gave them all they need to transfer. So it's better to really deal with the person on the land title. Where I really like the land and I want to buy it, I ask the person selling to me to bring the other person on the title. When that person comes and is involved in the transaction, and we even state it that the title is not in the name of the seller, it's in the name of another person who sold to this one I'm buying from, and that person has witnessed this agreement and has committed to cooperate through the transfer process, yeah, then there I buy, because it means in case of anything, I can go directly to the other one. Let me also give you another scenario that is interesting. These days in Uganda, people borrow money, and the lender says, give me a land title and sign for me, transfer forms, give me a passport photo, give me your national ID. So that person who lent money could come to sell to you land. He's having the title, he's having the transfer form and everything needed to transfer it, but he did not buy from the other person. He just lent the other person money. How will you know it if you do not involve the other person who is on the title? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's develop the culture of transacting with ready titles. A title that is in the name of the seller, and the buyer is taking it there and then and transferring the next day. If somebody tells you, pay money and then give me 2, 3, 4 months to process the title, ask them which processing. If it is transferring land, it can be done in 1 week, 2 weeks. With money, it can even be done in 1 day. Express. Buyers, always ask questions. For me, I ask questions. Ask many questions and understand exactly what you're entering into. It will reduce the cases of land mistakes. It will reduce the calls that I get for people wanting me to help them out of the trouble they went into simply because of not having the knowledge. I am here to give you the knowledge. My name is Robert Bake, CEO of Win-Win Properties, CEO of Obunuzi Restaurant, CEO of World of Inspiration Publishers, and CEO of Win-Win Microfinance. Please support my businesses. I sit in Wandegea at Obunuzi Restaurant, directly opposite the main gate of YMCA. When you come there and you find me, I will talk to you, I will answer your questions, I will advise you, I will mentor you free of charge. You also support me. I love you.